folks,
But we must defend
you know
Israel.
who's really excited about the work he did on inhibiting climate change? Barack Obama. But apparently he's also super, super excited about the work he did that didn't inhibit climate change. Here is Barack Obama talking about the recent boom in U.S. oil production. Right after he praises the Paris Climate Accords, he then takes credit for, I don't know, the continuance of all the things that the Paris Climate Accords are supposed to fight against.
Call me both ways, Barry.
There we go. Here he is, Barack Obama. You know, here's the thing, too. I think what happens to former presidents, and, you know, having watched now 4 or 5 of them, they think they still have the political acumen that they had that got them into the presidency. They do not realize that they have been living cloistered lives and have no sense of that. So they have the same level of cockiness and self-confidence that they're gonna that things are gonna work out for them, but they forget to calibrate what they're saying. And they end up saying things like this that are more revealing than they probably want them to be.
I was extraordinarily proud of the Paris Accords because, look, I know, I know we're an oil country, and we need American energy, and by the way, American energy production. You wouldn't always know it, but it went up every year I was president, and that whole. Suddenly, America's like the biggest oil producer and the biggest that was me, people. I just want you to. It's a little like sometimes you go to Wall Street and folks will be grumbling about anti-business. I said, "Have you checked where your stocks were when I came in office and where they are now? What are you talking? What are you complaining about? Just say thank you, please." Because I want to raise your taxes a couple percent?
I mean, here's the problem is that he's working on his legacy in the creepiest of ways. And what's problematic about that is, there's 2 things. One is it's a good reminder for the failures of the Obama administration. 2, it's a good reminder about how someone who ostensibly thinks they're trying to do good is so cowed by these forces, these big moneyed forces. 3, it's problematic insofar as what is the message he's sending to Democrats, to people who are center left? I care about climate change, and I'm proud of the fact that I made America number 1 again in oil production.
There is on a single policy. Jerry Brown is more serious on this in terms of any executive in the United States, including Obama. And he drills and does natural gas because none of them have any plan for supply side. They will do stuff on energy, they will cut it, and those are important things. But not a single American. And I just think as long as you have a fossil fuel company-driven political process, you're never going to have that
now, here's
in
the
politics.
Thing. It's one thing for Obama to say, this happened on my watch. Right. And we don't have a system, and we are this is a lack. This is it's the truth.
A problem to be solved.
I want to set the record straight. But I got to make sure that I contextualize it in a way that still says the agenda is to end climate change or to mitigate it in some fashion. And so he could have communicated that same thing, that same factual information, but said, and look, it's a problem. And it's a problem. And that happened despite the fact that I didn't want it to, or that I know that it's wrong, or whatever. Then at least from a messaging standpoint, you're better.
You want a message? I don't cause global warming. White people cause global warming. How about that?
No.
You're welcome, Jacobs. Stock market up.
Not to mention, what's the message he's sending to people who don't own any stocks and who think the 1% should have their taxes raised by more than a few percentage points and are very angry about that?
Exactly. I mean, he's not even but it's even worse with a message of people who don't have that understanding, right? Because he's giving the okay to the entire Democratic Party to continue along that trajectory. And we know if we continue along that trajectory where we keep pulling fossil fuels out of the ground, that we are in serious shitty shape. Not to mention, we also know if we continue to give carte blanche to Wall Street, we're going to end up with another economic crisis, and we're going to be right back where we were in 2008, and we're still in a diminished capacity from them. So this is all very problematic, more so for the people who don't know that it's problematic.
All right, stipulate that. Sell your house if it goes underwater.
You really think you're not going to sell your house?
You know what socialism's for? White people want to pretend they're not the devil.
What are you complaining about? Just say thank you, please.
Allah Akbar.
Thank you, please.